Repeat after me. I am the best investment that I can make. Now, I'm sure you've heard that before, right? To where it's like, you are the best investment you can possibly make in business and in life, right? And it's the truth, because just think about it like this, okay? You could sit there and have advisors, colleagues, mentors, coaches, paid programs, masterminds, a team. But at the end of the day, when you go to sleep, at the end of the day, when you sit there and look in the mirror, at the end of the day, when you make those choices and decisions in business, you are going to be the one that has to count on yourself the most and be able to look at yourself in the mirror and be like, I'm the best investment that I can make, okay? So in this video, Eric and I sit down and have a conversation face to face, eyebrow to eyebrow, and we talk about the lessons learned on really the mistakes we made, the lessons learned on investing in ourselves, right? And, you know, having a team, having advisors, having coaches, having mentors, being in, 25K masterminds, everything you can possibly think about so that you don't make those same mistakes and you can get some value from this and apply it to your business. And again, continue to count on yourself as being the best investment. Here we go.
All right, so let's jump into today's discussion. So hopefully you guys are doing well out there. And today we want to be talking about you are your best investment. And this is a really good time to be talking about this, just because again we're almost pretty much we're pretty much done with the first month of 2023, January, and it's a good like kind of kick in the butt, a good eye opener, especially for those of you that haven't really taken a leap and invested in yourself, or maybe you're going through a rut right now. Maybe you're just having these limiting beliefs. You have a lot of fear, uncertainty, and doubt in the current season you're in. I think this will really speak to you, and it's always a good reminder just to anyone, no matter what level you're at, and if you're a seasoned veteran or beginner. So I'm excited to talk about this. But before we get into today's episode, we're going to be talking about, we're going to actually leave you with 3 great action takeaways. So just make sure you guys stay till the end. But as always, guys, there is a fee to the show. It's not monetary. All we're asking is that you guys just leave us a rating and review if you found something valuable, or just share it out. Share it out on Instagram, Facebook, tag us on there. That's very helpful too. So yeah, that's it, guys. It's a quick little fee. Just wanted to remind you on that, and I really appreciate that. All right, so let's jump into this, Chris. So you are the best. You are your best investment, okay? And there's a lot of ways I could start off with this, but the only person that I've never lost money with is me, because I am my best investment. Mm-hmm. I just want to start off with that statement, and I'll say that one more time. The only person I've never lost money with is me, because I am my best investment.
Mm-hmm. That's good.
When I say that, kind of tell me how that speaks to you and that applies to you.
So what comes to mind when I hear that is basically like a buying money in advance type of mindset, right? To where it's like, you're your best investment, right? And it's like, really at the end of the day, man, when like you get into business or your own investment like this, you're the only one that you can really rely on. You could seek mentorships, you could seek coaches, some sort of guidance, some sort of, team, whatever it is, to point you in the right direction. But at the end of the day, though, like you're responsible for your own actions, right? And your own choices. And that comes down to being your own best investment. So kind of like the buying the money in advance mindset is basically like, you'll go off and sit there and pay for mentorship or a course or something like that to build up a skill, right? Yeah, you might have to put down $1,000 for a course, or $5,000 for a coaching day, or $10,000 for like a mastermind. But just think about the return you're going to get after that 90 days, 6 months, or a year. People don't look at it like that. So you're buying money in advance. You put down $1,000, $5,000, or $10,000, but they don't understand that you're literally 3xing that, 4xing that after it's done, and then the years that come with that skill when you put it into practice and make money.
Exactly. And honestly, man, like I'm with you 100% on that. Just like, buying in advance. That's a really good way to look at it. And that leads me to the next point. It's like, this is why skills are so important to build. Right? And these could be any type of skills. It could be health related. It could be, wealth related. It could be relationships. It could be, again, skills in, building a business, sales, marketing, social media content creation, delivery. I mean, there's so many different skills you guys can learn out there. Yeah. And I'm just naming some basic and broad ones, but that is why it's so important to invest in yourself. And it just goes right back to what I said at the beginning. The only person I've never lost money with is me, because I am my best investment. And if you guys understand that, and you guys are pursuing, personal excellence every single day in yourselves, you have to sit there and be able to invest in yourself. You have to. It's your skills. It's just your health. It's everything in the context of just daily living.
Yeah.
To where you have to invest in yourself and your time, your money, people, relationships. I mean, the list goes on. But you have to do that.
What would you say, like, just, I don't know, looking back at the past, like, I don't know, decade, right? What would be like your best investment you made, you know?
It depends. Like, what
Just,
context?
I guess just like in your business investment. Like,
Yeah.
what was like the best one that just really kind of completely changed it?
Yeah, there's a lot of them, man. But I think hiring coaches and joining masterminds, elite masterminds, where you're paying like $20 to $30 as like a year thing.
$20 to $30.
Sorry, man, $20,000 to $30,000.
I was like,
See,
where are
guys,
those masterminds at?
See, guys, I'm on coffee cup number one.
What kind of return you get on that $20 to $30?
That's funny. No, thanks for catching that. But no, $20,000 to $30,000. I mean,
Yeah.
sorry, big difference. But yeah, I think those are the biggest ones that I've had, like the ROI, just because again, it's just, to me, those have had the biggest carryover mindset-wise. Because again, you're putting yourself in a room and an environment with people that want to get better, that are pursuing personal excellence, that want to sit there and level up in all different areas, just health-wise, wealth-wise, relationship-wise, business-wise, all that stuff. And you have leaders, they have, been through that. They have blueprints, they have frameworks, they have been through all the chaos, to where it's like they're trying to, give you the shortcuts to that, and they're, overseeing what you're doing. So 100% I would say coaches, mentors, and masterminds for me.
Yeah.
So what about you?
Man, I mean, obviously I would say the same thing, man. Like, but specifically, I was looking for a specific one from you, but I mean, yeah, cumulative, masterminds, coaches, of course. But
Well, give me a specific one.
I would say it was Ty Lopez's mastermind.
Okay.
His business builder,
Yeah.
1 year business builder. I mean,
I could definitely say
I just
that.
know where we were at that time. We're in Los Angeles. I remember we were there on the rooftop at the Roosevelt Hotel and making that decision, like calling, family members, trying to get credit lines increased, trying to combine them to come up with the $25,000. It's either you got in 25K or you didn't.
Yeah.
You're in or out.
Yeah.
That's how it was. And we just wanted in so bad because we just knew we needed this test. We needed to get to that next level. We had to be surrounded by other people. We needed to be at his Beverly Hills mansion 4 times a year to be able to soak all that stuff up and build our network and actually build our mindset and build our skill sets. And that was just like, honestly, the best investment. That's what kickstarted everything.
That's what kickstarted this podcast.
Exactly.
If I rewind
5 years later,
five, 6 years, almost 6 years later, yeah. That's what inspired us to do this, and thank God for that. And they were good at creating scarcity urgency. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh man, they were. they just to look at it back and you break apart how they did it all. Like, it's just like, it was genius. And
it was art.
I mean,
You gotta respect that.
I don't care. Best investment I made.
Yep. All right, so let's move on to this. So I want to get into just like really just like getting into those that don't commit and those that are just interested in just like building businesses or chasing their dreams and investing in themselves, more importantly. And you know us guys, we're no strangers to. We'll keep it real with you guys on the podcast. We're gonna have our tough love sessions. Call people out, and it's okay. That's what it's all about. We all need that. And I hope that you guys don't take it personally when we do things like that, because again, like I know you guys are listeners that are here to learn and get better. So hopefully nobody gets offended. If not, guys, you don't have to listen to this podcast. But I want to talk about just the people that don't invest in themselves and that always make excuses. And like the biggest excuses is, okay, number one, I don't have the money. Number two, it's not the perfect timing. There's never going to be a perfect time. I don't believe in myself. It could be limiting beliefs of imposter syndrome, fear of failing, fear of getting started.
The third one's always like something else like
my spouse
or partner having the impact on the decision. That's a big one.
Yeah,
Those top three
and I
things.
just think that at the end of the day, man, like it's all bullshit. It's all bullshit excuses. People just don't want to commit. They don't want to commit to programs. They don't want to commit to investing in themselves. Let's just put it that way. I wish people would just be straight up and just be like, look, like I don't believe in myself. I don't trust myself to get the work done. I don't trust myself to commit to coming to calls. I don't trust myself to honor this payment plan. I really wish people would just be straight up. Because I would. There's plenty of times that people reach out to us, hey, do you want to join our thing? Do you want to join our thing? I'm like, dude, like straight up, man, like I just dropped like 10K here on this thing. Like I'm good. Maybe circle back like, later in the year. Like I just can't commit to that. And I just think people are just they're full of shit. They really are. For lack of better terms. And it's really like it's you doing a disservice to yourselves, guys. Like you're not doing any disservice to me or Chris. You know, like again, we've been in your shoes. We understand where you're coming from, but we got to call out bullshit. But you're only hurting yourself by not investing in yourself some way and somehow. You're really not. And this is something I always just teach to my students in our accelerator program, and I do it towards the end of like a training that we do every 7 weeks, where we come back and we map out our 6-week game plans. Mm-hmm. And it's just, are you either committed or are you interested? Mm-hmm. And there's two huge differences. Most people that say that they're interested, right? It's a side hustle mentality. It's a I might be interested in doing that. Like, yeah, I could see myself doing that. Like, that definitely, I could definitely, find time to do that. No, just think about that mentality and that attitude. Just the things that I just said right now. That's bullshit. You're full of shit, and you're kidding yourself when you talk to yourself like that and you say that you're interested. The opposite is, are you committed to this? Are you committed to investing in yourself? Are you committed to chasing personal excellence? Are you committed to building this business? Are you committed to, eating shit and getting back up constantly? Are you committed to playing the long game? Are you committed to controlling your time and acquiring more freedom and more impact? Are you committed to those things? Because if you're committed to those things, you won't sit there and make any bullshit excuses about, oh, I don't have the money. It's not the time right now. Oh, my spouse won't let me do this. Blah, 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 blah. It's all bullshit, guys. So you just have to really break it down, and really have that hard conversation, honest conversation with yourself. Like, am I fucking committed to this, or am I interested in doing this and investing in myself? And
all right, just give me 1 second. We'll get back to the training, okay? Now, look, if you are looking to enhance your content, if you're looking to really build what we call a content machine, okay? We have this awesome worksheet for you. So just check out the link below, and you guys can download this awesome worksheet where there's 3 or 4 different type of exercises in there. You guys can really roll out some brand new content for your guys' online audience, your guys' brand, and your offer, okay? Now back to the training.
That's what it comes down to.
Yeah, and side note, on YouTube plug, guys, we actually uploaded a video where you'll see in the thumbnail it says committed versus interested, and that's a little 4-minute segment that Eric did in front of our coaches. So if you guys want to check that out, it's really, really good. He just went deeper on it. He goes on fire on there, so you guys can find that on the channel.
Yeah, thanks for the plug.
I think the last thing, man, just kind of on this part with people not committing and being interested, I think it's just, again, it's just almost like, how do I put this word? It's like disrespecting time, I guess, and talent. I don't know how else to put this, but maybe you guys will understand where I'm going with this. It's I've always had this urgency where I don't know if I'm going to be here tomorrow. I don't know if I'm going to be here a week, a month, a year. So I can't sit there and afford to put my dreams, my goals on hold because of money, or because of I'm not ready, or because I think there's a magical time, or because my spouse isn't going to let me do that. You know what I mean? I can't do that. I can't afford to do that, just mentally, for my sanity and my honor of time and being on this earth and utilizing my gifts and talents that God has given me. And it's that's, I guess, really what kind of pisses me off with people, is they don't really they don't respect that. I don't even know what the word is.
There's no honor.
There's no honor. But it's come on, guys, you don't know if you're guaranteed tomorrow. You don't know if you're guaranteed in a month or a year, right? Things happen, things change. It's have a little bit of urgency to fulfill your dreams and your goals, man. Come on, seriously. I don't know what else to really say about that, but there's just no sense of urgency. It's almost like they have all the time in the world,
exactly,
and all the decision making that they can do, and when it's their time selfishly, and when it's the right time, quote unquote, and it's just, man.
Let me expand on that a little bit too. I think what that comes down to too is, again, it's just the lack of self-worth, the lack of self-belief, and really just people want free things, and they're seeking, just going through people's free offers, free lead magnets, and they're trying to collect all this free info, and you guys don't do shit with it. That's the problem. It's just, trust me, I used to do that. So I know.
You get 20 lead magnets, and it's you think you're going to take action.
You're not going to go back to your emails and download all the PDFs. You're not going to go through the free stuff. You're just not going to do it. It sounds great in the moment, but you're not going to do it. People that pay attention. Those that pay more attention. It's flat out how it is. And that's really what it comes down to, man. It's a lack of honor to themselves too, because they're just not committed. They're not committed. That's what it is. They're just full of it. It's a fantasy. It's a facade. That's all it is. It's a dreamer. There's dreamers out there, and there's action takers. There's a huge difference, and that's really what it is.
Yeah,
so
100%.
The next thing I just want to just point out too, and then we'll get into the 3 things that I want you guys to take action with, is our pastor Keith Kraft said this one time. in one of his mastermind sessions, and it was super powerful. He said, your mindset will cause your map set. So good. Your mindset will cause your map set. So again, guys,
that visual.
We talk about mindset all the time on this podcast. In our program, we coined it mind growth because we want our students to keep growing their mindset, to not be stuck in a mindset. But again, this is great because it's the truth. The way you think, the way you carry your attitude, and the way you take your actions every single day will cause your map set. I truly believe God has a set map and a design for all of our lives, right? So if your mindset is broken, your map set's going to be broken. You're going to be completely lost. You're going to be completely just like in a fantasy land. You're going to be consuming all day long, watch people's highlights. Like you're not going to create a life by design. It's going to be a life by default. You're going to be going to a job that you hate. You're going to be creating like a family or just like relationships that you hate. Guys, like you have to wake up. You have to understand this. So that's why I just want to hit home with the mindset will cause your map set thing.
Dude, that's so good, honestly.
It's powerful.
I thought like first hit record, I was like, man, Eric's like getting a little sick here, his voice, you know, I don't know, is he gonna bring the heat? But damn, like this is really good shit.
Yeah,
really good shit.
Yeah, guys, and I honestly, it takes time to do this shit. It takes time to like figure out topics to talk about on here and map it all out. And it's like I do this because I care. Like I don't have to do this podcast. Chris doesn't have to do this podcast. We're 470 episodes in. That's a lot of sets and reps. Like we don't have to do this. I get to do this. I get to do this and show up because I enjoy doing it. I've made so many mistakes in my life to where it's like I want to help you guys out. Do you know what I mean? It's like I want to save you guys like from all the heartache, from all the financial like struggles. Like I do this for a reason, to lift you guys up. So again, don't take this stuff personally. Like, you know, we all need tough love and to be called out. So let's go ahead, man, and land a plane on this episode. All right, so then let's talk about the 3 things that you guys can take action on today. We call it today's the day action steps. So the first one is get focused on what you want. Know what and who matters most to you guys, okay? So really get focused on what do you guys want, man? Like, what are you guys chasing? Like, what do you want to invest in? What do you want to invest your hard-earned money and time in? Time that you guys never will get back. Money comes and goes. Who cares about the money? If you invest in yourself to build skill sets, to be, you know, to build your network, all that stuff, like it's never going to be a waste of money, guys. I promise you guys that. We spent hundreds of thousands of dollars investing in ourselves, and I don't look back at any of it and be like, man, like I wish I had the money back, because it's gotten us to where we are today. It's built us a network. It's all good. So just again, just get focused on what you want, know what matters, and who matters most in your life.
Damn. You want me to read number 2? I feel like you're on a roll, man. I think you should just keep going.
Okay, I'll keep going. Okay,
I'll chime in.
All right, number 2 is get the right map and directions. Like I said, guys, your mindset will cause your guys' map set. So get the right map, which is, you know, get plugged into the right things. Get your guys' mind right, because if your mind ain't right, most things are not going to be right in the context of your guys' lives. Control your thoughts, your attitudes, and actions, and I promise you guys will go in the right directions little by little. Number 3, stop at nothing. That's so powerful and so crystal clear. Stop at fucking nothing. Don't let anyone tell you that you can't do anything. Don't sit there and hit the quit button just because times get hard, because a season comes up, a piece of adversity comes up, because, you know, you lose a client, someone gives you a bad review. It does not matter. Stop at nothing. Play the long game, guys, and just trust in what you guys are doing and stick to your guys' vision. Commit to yourselves. Commit. Do not sit there and be interested.
And let me just wrap up on this and elaborate on this, and then you can kind of end it. But what the stop at nothing is, again, what I just talked about earlier about the sense of urgency, okay? So you hear those 3 biggest excuses. I don't have money, okay? So with the money situation, guys, like, look, if you cannot sit there and muster up, like, you know, $1,000 or $5,000 to invest in yourself to be able to get those skill sets, and again, 3 or 4x it later down the road, there's so much ways you guys can muster that up. Combining credit cards, you guys can cut some of this stuff out on your expenses, right? You guys can sit there and get little side hustles out there with like Uber, Lyft, DoorDash, all those things. Just think about it. There's so many different ways, okay? The second excuse is basically, the timing's not right. I'm not ready. Just think about that, guys. There's never going to be a time when you're going to be fully ready. And let's just say that time comes when you guys are quote unquote ready, right? Okay, well then what's going to happen when you guys have a challenge that comes up when you're ready right after that, right? Wouldn't you rather take action right now when you're quote unquote not ready? So then when that time comes maybe 3-4 months later and you're ready and things are smooth, it's going to be even better for you guys. And if then another hard time comes up, you guys are going to be prepared for it because you guys started when the shit was tough.
Yeah.
And the third part is basically your spouse or something like that, or somebody's holding you back from that. Have a conversation with them. Again, it's probably finances. So have a conversation on how you guys can sit there and cut down on expenses, how you guys can sit there and sacrifice a little bit for one another, right? And just throw it back at your spouse. I mean, look, again, we don't have all the time in the world, but throw it back at your spouse. This is my goal, this is my dreams. I would support you on anything that you need to do, and I would never hold you back, okay? And if it's finances, there's ways that we can figure this out and muster it up and come together. But don't ever let me be held back on my goals or my dreams that I'm trying to do and pursue, okay? So,
yeah, all right, man. Way to close that out. But yeah, guys, we'll land the plane there. So I really hope that this episode was impactful for you guys. So just go out there and just understand you guys are the best investment, and there's no such thing as a bad investment unless you really sit there and just throw your money away and don't take action on stuff. Okay.
I know we got a little bit heated inside that conversation, but that's what I'm saying, that we're super passionate about just you being the person that you can count on the most and invest in yourself and stop making excuses. Okay. So watch this video right here on 3 ways you can create more income, impact, and independence as a nutritionist, and how you can stand out from the crowd with your brand. So check out this video now.